Everyone, this is Sydney Smith reporting for Module 3, the social media brand report of Starbucks. So for those of you who don't know, Starbucks is the world premier roaster and retailer of specialty coffee. They have hundreds of thousands of coffee shops all around the world. And I'm sure you've seen the Starbucks logo at some point in your lives. If you don't know what Starbucks is, please email me and we'll talk because I'm a huge fan. In terms of brand sentiment, according to Topsy, in the last 2 hours from when this image was taken, there were roughly 5,600 tweets with the sentiment score of 69, which I would think would be pretty good considering larger brands are targets for what colloquially would be called haters or people who don't necessarily like big brand coffee shops and overpriced beverages and things of that nature. So I think it's a pretty good score considering the size of the company. And then as you can see on the trends map, people are posting about Starbucks all over the United States. And in fact, if you had seen the full image, they're actually talking about it all over the world. So it's a pretty global brand. And then if you look at the information from Social Mention, you'll see that the brand has a strength of 46% and a sentiment of 5 to 1, which again I think is pretty good considering. As you can see, there's a 12% passion score, which I think can be attributed to people who really like coffee, and they have a pretty good reach at 57%. On average, I guess it looks like they have 30 retweets per post, and they have a very active, following base and people who post their own organic content, with 13 seconds average per mention. And as you can see over to the right, the sentiment score in terms of positive tweets and social mentions, you're looking at 116 versus 25 negative. A lot of them are neutral because I guess a lot of people are just posting information about their coffee or their beverages or posting pictures and things like that. So that's not necessarily negative or positive, but I still think it's a good indication that people are definitely talking about this brand. And as you can see, the top keyword is obviously Starbucks, which is the name of the company. You'll see coffee in there as well. So the main objective of the social pages for Starbucks is to draw membership to their rewards, and the idea behind that is to get people actually into the stores to buy coffee. So the rewards program is just a way to entice people into the stores, but really the whole point of their social efforts is to drive sales. And they do that through clever postings and telling people, what, new products they're offering and things of that nature. The picture on the left is a receipt, which tells people that on that certain day, if you brought back your receipt later in the day, you could get a pastry for $1, I believe. So there's all kinds of clever, campaigns that they're doing in stores and online to promote their brand. And this is a good quote by Eric. So by Eric Roach, the social media metrics that matter the most. And I thought this really spoke to the whole campaign that we're about to look at, because the idea really is to get people not only to see your content, but to get them to interact with it, and that really builds brand loyalty. Obviously, coffee shops are a dime a dozen. There's one on every corner, and Starbucks wants you to walk into their coffee shop over maybe a local mom and pop one. In spite of the fact that the prices are, usually typically very high. So they do that through brand loyalty and rewards and things of that nature. So I thought this was a really good quote that spoke to the importance of engagement, especially for a big company like Starbucks with so much competition. So the first campaign I wanted to look at is the #MyRewards campaign. As you can see on Twitter and Facebook, they posted basically the exact same, it's the same picture with almost the exact same tweet content written. And again, as I said before, one of their main draws is to get people to sign up for the rewards. There's an app, and they want people to be rewards members because the more rewards you have, the more they're enticed to get in the store to buy beverages. So that helps the bottom line. So in terms of quantitative, we're looking at over 600 retweets and almost 3,000 favorites on Twitter. And in terms of likes for one image, you're looking at over 20,000 likes for that one image and 200 shares. And in terms of qualitative, It shows that fans are engaged with the Throwback Thursday content, which is good, and it also encourages followers to follow the official member page on Twitter, which is Starbucks Gold. And it also encourages people to sign up for their own memberships or download the app on their own smartphone devices. Again, in an effort to get people excited about the brand and wanting to come into the stores to make a purchase. The next campaign that they're running right now is the PSL, which is Pumpkin Spice Latte. So as you can see, these two images were posted on the same day, but they're slightly different. One's a little bit more Twitter friendly because it's more horizontal, and the other one's more vertical. But it's really getting people excited about the pumpkin spice latte, which is a seasonal beverage, and getting people wanting to come into the stores to either try one, or if they can't get it during the rest of the year, then they want one. And obviously, it's pretty cute how they have the mug and a sweater. So there's definitely a lot of fun content that they post as well. So in terms of quantitative data, we're looking at over 14,000 retweets and 23,000 favorites. And in terms of likes, for that single image, we're looking at almost 50,000 likes for one image, and over 3,000 shares. So we're talking about severe, like really significant numbers for a single post. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure if these posts are boosted in any way, so if there's money behind them to get more eyes on them, or if these are just indicative of a really active audience on the part of the people who follow these accounts. But these are really significant numbers that only go to show that people really do have strong feelings about their coffee, and they want to interact and think about coffee all the time. So in terms of qualitative data, as I said, the content really resonated with the drink's massive fan base. And in fact, if you take a look around, the drink has so many fans that a separate Twitter page exists solely for the purpose of promoting this one beverage. And a lot of it is about fun fall-themed content, and letting people share their positive pumpkin spice latte stories and their favorite memory of their first pumpkin spice latte and things like that. So that's kind of my overview of Starbucks. Thanks so much for watching.